Woke. The rise of narcissism on the left. Narcissism. Narcissism has existed as long as Homo sapiens have hunter-gathered, and mainly gathered, their way across our planet. Its existence has only been identified and highlighted more recently, although there are many, many prominent historical examples, from Genghis Khan to Henry VIII, from the Roman Emperor Caligula to Cleopatra, and from Idi Amin to Nicolae Ceausescu. Narcissism pervades the entirety of human behavioral structures. Approximately 1 in 6 of our kind are narcissists, and you will find us governing your country, inventing a cure for a disease, scoring goals for your favourite football team, entertaining you in concert, upstaging your wedding, stealing your ideas at work, bullying you and your colleagues, being petty over a neighbour boundary, reporting you repeatedly to social services, bad-mouthing you to friends and family, and in thousands and thousands of different places. We are in your workplace, in your family, living next door, hanging out in your social group, chatting you up in bars, smiling at you from thumbnails on dating apps, and lying next to you in your bed. Traditionally, narcissism has been viewed through a relatively narrow lens, and that the narcissist is the unfeeling alpha male, hell-bent on getting to the top, utterly self-obsessed, vain, deluded, fixated on getting his own way, a fantasist and liar who thinks everything does and everything should revolve around him. Detached from the majority perspective of reality, preoccupied with his needs, aggressive, domineering, and completely unpleasant. Such a narrow lens has invariably meant that narcissists are seen as more at home on the political right. The grabbing hands grab all they can, all for themselves. After all, everything counts in large amounts, as the uber-talented Martin Lee Gore once penned. The narcissist is selfish, uncaring, focused on an every-man-for-himself approach. He has no time for helping others. He rules, and you are the ruled. It's about climbing the ladder, hauling people off and above you. You and the devil take the hindmost. If you fail, it's your fault, and you should not expect others to rescue you or bail you out. Stand on your own 2 feet, look to yourself, sort yourself out, pull your socks up, get stuck in, and succeed. Just do it. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and you are in the middle of it. And the narcissist has adapted to be the one that thrives with such an uncaring and unfeeling approach to life. This narrow view of narcissism creates the perception that the political right is the natural home of the narcissist. The individual is paramount. It is the place of dictators and demagogues. There is no time for equality, inclusivity, positive discrimination, or hugs. Don't save the unicorn, hunt it down and cut off its horn and sell it to the highest bidder so you can now afford that top-of-the-range sports car. Caring is sharing. You can fuck that shit sky high and take your simpering slogans and pansying platitudes and throw them on the furnace of me first, you later. It is this typical view of the narcissist which sits more naturally with the ideologies and views of the right, because, well, the left's all about caring, isn't it? Narcissism is increasing. The world's population grows, and therefore it follows that the number of narcissists will grow numerically, even if the percentage stays the same. But moreover, the actual percentage is steadily increasing, because human civilization is creating an environment which is more amenable and more conducive to the creation of narcissists. With this increase, this also allows the true width of different narcissists to become more evident. The wider classifications that I provide to you, from the wife-beating, liquor-sipping, no-working lower-lesser, through to the cowardly, unobtrusive, office-politicking, cowardly middle-mid-range type B, through to the domineering, yet charismatic, and ever so capable lower-greater. All of the classifications from lower-lesser all the way through to the ultra show the various shades, colours, characteristics and behaviours of differing narcissists, but they remain narcissists, all the same. Within these differing schools of narcissist, they are of course still narcissists, and the rise of narcissism in an area where many would not believe that narcissism would sit. Of course, the hard left, the likes of Stalin, Erich Honecker, Chairman Mao, are clear demonstrations of narcissists amongst the left, but narcissism is rising amongst the left more generally in a way which is not being recognised. The advent of the cult of the woke, the prevalence of cancel culture, the insistence on a rigid adherence to an alternative way of viewing the world, the revision of history, the inability to debate and listen, the holier-than-thou approach. My stance is about equality inclusively, and therefore that must mean that I am good, and therefore if you disagree with me, you can only be bad. The knee-jerk labelling of anybody who disagrees as racist, sexist, transphobic, disablest, and so forth. The failure to reflect on their own behaviours and what those exhibit because of this slavish devotion to a belief that because they care, that they have compassion, that they are honest and they are decent, that they are doing the right thing, and therefore the left must be right. It is insidious, pervasive, and has been worming its way into every facet of society. There are many empathic, truly empathic individuals in the world who go about exhibiting their care, their compassion, their honesty, their desire to heal and fix, and their decency through actions, quietly, unobtrusively, without fanfare or recognition, without telling others how they should live their lives. They are found throughout the political spectrum. Then there are many who believe that they are empathic, but they are not. Trapped within their own delusion, these false empaths who operate in a bubble of self-righteousness, claiming freedom of speech, unless of course you disagree with me, and then you must be silenced, you must be shut down, you must be cancelled. There operate the narcissists, hijacking wokeism for their own ends, naturally, unaware that it is the pursuit of the prime aims, of fuel, of control, of character traits and residual benefits. Many obvious examples of narcissism can be seen in the political right, but now it is to look within the left and to identify and demonstrate to you the various behaviours, the insidious actions, the characteristics, the movements, all of those things which demonstrate the presence of narcissists, and to enable you to understand the rise of narcissism in the left. So join me, H.G. Tudor, for further material that charts the rise of narcissism in the left, explains it, identifies it, enables you to understand more about narcissism in action. Thank you for listening.